night. How we doing, everyone? We have the whole production team trying to figure this out. We're good. Yes. Let's go. Sunday night, SFMF Live, another great church series. We're still in the No Filter Faith series, and it's great. And today's message was, your words have meaning, right? Words are powerful. What you say can affect someone's life for the rest of their life, right? Early in life, childhood, doesn't matter where, or it doesn't matter when, words are powerful. We'll talk about that. Right? Like you tell your son, he's the best football player in the world. You tell him that over and over and over and over and over and over. He could be good, could be decent, but he's going to grow up thinking he's the very best. You tell your daughter she's a princess, she's beautiful, everything should happen for her, she's the best singer. The words have meanings. The same with you're a nobody, you're no good, you'll never amount. All those things have everlasting meaning. So we'll talk about that. Book of Job is what the message was from today. It's very good. James. See, production team's on it. But welcome, everybody. We're going to talk about, again, for some reason, Annie and I were talking about the BDR and boot camp. She's very, very interested in boot camp, I think, from the past 2.5 weeks at NSI. Little mini boot camp, a little miniature baby boot camp, if you will. 2.5 weeks, but it was pretty intense. Again, I told y'all last week, I'm very impressed with the things that they did there. It's not 13 weeks of Marine Corps boot camp, no, but it definitely sparked a lot of interest. And these are midshipmen that are going to be Navy and Marine Corps officers. So how great is that for them to get a little taste of what their enlisted sailors and Marines are going through? So I'm on board, 100% on board with NSI. In fact, I want to go there and teach a couple classes, maybe here and there, thrash some of the midshipmen and the midshipmen candidates. That'd be fun. But we are going to talk about things in boot camp. The BDR, the basic daily routine, wash racks, shining brass, boots, weapons maintenance, free time. Is there free time in boot camp? I did a little short on it. We're going to go into it just a little bit so you know exactly what free time is for. And then active duty. Here's the thing. I was, again, early morning in the gym. I even did a little short. I didn't publish it yet, but it was 4:30. It is a Sunday on base, and I was the only one there. And I love it. I get the whole gym to myself. I don't have to wait in line for anything or anybody. Got my headphones on, jamming. I mean, it's good. But then I start reflecting on, man, there's all these lead by example type Marines, because all week it's busy, it's packed. 05, it's packed. 05 to I leave before 08, so I don't know what happens after that. But from 4:30 to about 6:30 this morning, there was 1 or 2 people in there. So just again, I'm thinking about stuff we could talk about, how to create, how to continue to serve each other. And it was leadership. Simple, easy question you can ask yourself. Of course, we have the leadership principle, know yourself and seek self-improvement. All the traits and all the principles are amazing. But just a simple question to yourself, are you happy with your leadership? Meaning yourself. Are you happy with the way you're leading your unit, your organization, your school, your academy, whatever it is? Are you happy with the way things are going? And it's 2 things. Are you satisfied? You happy? Or are you trying to make it 1% better? But you're talking about yourself, because remember, success is because of leadership. Failure is because of leadership. So take a step back. More volume? More volume? Oh, did that help? She just turned it up. The producer just turned it up. Does that sound better? Check mic. 1, 2, check. I'll start singing. Wow, look at that. Dang. How'd you do that? How's the sound? Everyone. Good? Is it better? Keep going. Everyone's here. Shoot, look at everyone's here. Malcolm, David Bryan, Carl Green, John McJunkin. Everybody. Where's Doc? I see Malcolm, Carl. Who else? Jordan. Is that better, everyone? 5-0. I got the 5-0. John McJunkin. All good, says Carl Green. Yes, sir, Major. Please sing for us. Malcolm, you know what's coming. And it's going to be the Marines hymn, and it's going to be all of us singing together all 3 verses, so you better be ready. Annie Banani's present. Era. I was just talking about you. What was I talking about? Oh, what's that? This take? NSI. I'm telling you, she has excuse me, has had a lot of questions about boot camp because NSI is a taste of boot camp. And my whole theory behind that is, I'll be honest, I'm transparent. I didn't think it was going to be, I was 2.5 weeks. Navy, no offense. 2.5 weeks with the Navy is going to be kind of fun. A little summer camp. But the way she was describing it, pretty intense. Not 13 weeks, not Marine Corps drill instructor, boot camp type stuff, but close. It sounds very, very close. And what a better way than to indoctrinate midshipmen, soon to be Navy and Marine Corps officers, and to give them a little taste of what the enlisted go through. Very cool. Because she was asking me about free time, right? Is there free time in boot camp? Sundays, you go to church, all the little things. We talk about it a little bit on here, and we've discussed it sometimes. I've had some pretty funny stories about free time and church services and what the recruits do. But it really sparked a whole bunch of interest in her as a soon-to-be Marine officer, what the enlisted go through. So how great is it? I'm telling you, I'm a huge fan of NSI. I think it's great. Obviously, I'd like to see more drill instructors, Marine Corps drill instructors there. There's 1 per company, right? And there's 6 companies, 2 females, 4 male companies. I think they should each have like 2 or 3. There was, I think it was a major. It looked like he's probably the adjutant. Excuse me, in charge. Not in charge, but he was like putting on the graduation march on and ceremony and all that. Decent. Color guard needs a lot of work. Again, just a lot more Marine influence on the drill portion of it. What?
No bias.
No bias. Just some more Marine drill in it. Era. But it was great. I'm telling you, I'm a huge fan of NSI. I want to be a part of it one day. I want to teach it, or at least the drill instructors. Active duty. How do you feel as a leader? That's my message for the active duty ones. How do you feel? Know yourself and seek self-improvement. We touch on that a lot, but are you doing right by your people? Are you doing right by your organization? Are you doing right by your customers? Right, some good questions. Transition, stay true to your convictions. Stay true to your convictions as you transition out. You learned the things you learned in 4 years or an entire career got you to where you are. And again, there's very few that the Marine Corps screwed me over, the Army screwed me over, this a mess. Very few that I think can say, yes, I got screwed over by the Marine Corps. But I think there are. I think there's poor leadership. I think it was in one, I don't remember which short it was. I was reading the comments in it. It sounded like somebody actually had poor leadership that kind of stuck with them and made sure that things didn't happen to benefit the Marine. Another reason why I think a lot of senior guys stay in. 90% of the reason why I stayed in, because I was tired of seeing Marines getting screwed over for things that were just minor mistakes. Right? I told you about the DUI that affected this Marine's meritorious promotion to sergeant, and he got the DUI when he was a PFC, 18 years old. Bad, horrible, yes, but how long do you hold him accountable? How many times over and over and over? In the meantime, he's gotten awards. He's been sent on numerous different working parties, high PFT, high pistol, high rifle, high McMap. Anyway, a lot of cool things to talk about. We'll start with 2 dudes. Yes. Did it halfway. Roll call. Who we got? Man, let me take a look. All right, Chinese checkers. I see you. Annie Benani, double tap. You better listen to Annie Benani, double tap. 6 cents. Austin Souza. Walking Tall, Carl Green. USMC Vet. What's up, brother? How you doing? Lou Becker. Mike Lay Cookie. What's up? Lay Cookie. I can't see what everyone's looking at. Can you see? Got Lay Cookie representing in the background right there. ANCmetalworks.com. Check it out. That's where you see the American flag. No light? Light? Is it shining? It's good. The Simplify My Friend round plaque and the American flag. Awesome. ANC Metalworks. Eric Green is here. All right. Terry Ski, Soren Ski. Carrie Ann Marie Potts. Hope y'all had a lovely Sunday. We have so far, Carrie Ann Marie. Thank you. I hope you have also. What time is it there for you? It's evening for us. We had a great church session this morning. It was really good. Oh, thanks. Carrie Ann Marie says the studio looks good. Still working. That's all the production team. You know, I just sit here and talk, and they do all the behind the scenes stuff. So thank you to the production team. Thank you for noticing, Carrie Ann Marie. Still working. We got some things to do. But we're doing it. That's what we do. That's how we roll. That's what we have going on. We take a little more roll call. Amon Singh, share some stories from your mission. Yeah, absolutely, Amon. John McJunkin, OFK crew in the house. All right, we'll be ready shortly. McJunkin, let us get through some stuff, and we definitely want to hear from your crew. Always got some great stuff to talk about. It's midnight, past midnight for Carrie Ann Marie Potts. Oh, that's noon, 12 p.m. Oh, yeah, that's noon. You got the whole day ahead of you. 418 in California. You good? What are you looking for? Birmingham, UK. We got the UK in the house. And I saw Salty. Where you at, Salty? I saw you on there. How's everything? Getting ready to talk about your favorite part. No filter faith. And I'm going to read one if I can. What are you looking for, and can I help? All right. You have to be pulling on my leg. All right. We good? Everyone's good? God core country. Here's how much we believe in that here. Not only did I get it painted on one of my surfboards, but if you wake up every morning and put God first, you can't go wrong, man. You just can't go wrong. When something bad happens and you go to God first, you can't go wrong. Something good happens. We forget this part a lot. Something great happens. You celebrate. You're jumping up and down. How great is that? You better stop and thank God. He created that. He opened those doors for you. So you got to remember the good and the bad. God, and for us Marines, God core country, family always, right? That's not in the equation. We can talk about a few good men, unit core God country. That was his order, right? And Getmo, unit core God country. God first. Start with God. The first thing that should come to your mind again, when something good happens, something bad happens, or you have a dilemma, someone asks you, bro, man, this just happened. What do you think? Well, let's ask God, man. Let's go to God. Pray on it, right? How many times do you hear people, we tell people, pray on it. What does God tell you to do? Right? It's when we get hard-headed and don't want to listen to God. And God ain't texting you. You know that gut feeling if you're doing the right thing or saying the right thing or what avenue you should take. That's all God. God inspired. So God, core, country, family always. Today, the book of James is where the message came from. The teacher's trap. The teacher's trap, and I kind of didn't amend it. I can't amend the Bible, but I equated it to the leader's trap. And that's the stuff that comes out of your mouth. Man, when you talk to people, when you downgrade people, you're angry, and the things that come out of your mouth out of anger, that stuff can last. That can last forever. So before you strike at someone, just stop and think for a minute. Right? Because those words will carry a lifetime. And I think that's exactly what the message said. If I can see it here. The teacher's trap. When words carry eternal weight. Forever. Right? You're mad at your child. You're mad at your buddy. You're mad at your spouse. And the things you say immediately, because you're so angry, that carries an eternal weight. Could be for the rest of their life. Right? The pastor told a great story about he remembers he was chilling one day at his house, and his father's friend came over. His father was a preacher, grew up around God, and it was just in his life altogether. And he says he remembers, about 10 years old, he remembers his dad's friend said, "Hey, buddy, let me tell you something. You're going to do great things throughout your life through God." He said, "Be faithful. Remember those things. Great things are going to happen with you through God." And he's 40-something years old by now. I don't know how old he is. But he remembers that when he was 10 years old. You remember a lot of things, good and bad and ugly and indifferent throughout your life. But that's something that he said, he sees it. He sees the whole thing and he'll never forget it. So point being, that's a good one. He's got a good memory of something that happened. So be careful with the negative stuff and how long that can carry. You tell again your son, you suck at football, you'll never be good. You better get up there, even if you try to motivate him, right? The reverse psychology. You better get it. You're ugly, you're fat, you're too skinny, whatever your motivational means are, or if you just mean it, know that carries a weight, an eternal weight, that person can think about for the rest of their life. Right? So even be careful with your kids by telling them too good of things. You're the smartest person I know. You're the most beautiful woman I've ever seen in my life. You sing beautifully, right? My mom lied to me for many years, told me I could sing. Come to find out, I can't. She was doing it out of love. But then I got on karaoke one time and I realized, holy crap, I can't. So be honest, be heartfelt, but be meaningful, and just be very, very careful with the words that come out of your mouth. Could be very dangerous, right? And hurtful, that could last forever. So be wise to it. Be careful. Anyone? Anyone here? Anyone agree with that? Let me hear in the comments. Oh, they've said. Yeah. No, they said Carrie Ann Marie started it. She liked the studio. How about the sound? If you notice, we went from, the production team has on headphones. I don't, as you can see. Do I need them? I don't think I do, right? Because I can hear myself, as long as you guys can hear me. And I'm looking at the, like a USMC vet, Dancing with the Stars. I can sing and dance, according to my mother. So, yes, I'm going for it. That was the topic of today's message at church. Yes, Annie Benani, right? Sound is Lemon Charlie. All right, so we're good. You could preach for a year on why words matter. Jared, what's up, brother? I'm telling you, and there's more to it, and I don't want to read. It's the book of James. So those of you interested, and you're going to check it out later. James chapter 3, verse 1 through 12. Tiny rudders and giant ships. That was another good analogy that the pastor put on it today. As gigantic as those ships are, boats and ships, and for all you sailors out there, gigantic multi-ton ship gets steered by a small rudder. The rudders aren't that big, but it steers that entire ship. That's the power of your words, that your words have to someone that's listening, especially kids who are just taking in everything you say, and it has meaning, especially from adults. Right? You tell a kid, you're Willie K. The story always resonates with me. We watched Willie K., famous Hawaiian ukulele musician, and some of you may know Uncle Willie. Willie Kanana Kakiila Kake. How you say his last name? Kavakiila Kole. Willie K. Uncle Willie. He told a story one time. We went and saw him. We've seen him a few times. We love him. Passed away. God rest his soul. Rest in peace. I hope he is, brother. Sleep well. We saw one that was kind of an intimate showing. I think it was at a high school, so a high school auditorium, not that big, in Hawaii. And he was even sitting down playing and we would talk story in between each song. And he says he remembers growing up in high school, all his teachers said, Willie, put that ukulele down. Put that down. You're never going to be good. You're never going to be famous. You're never going to be never. It's all they told him all the time. So much so one time they even took it away from him and threw it in the rubbish can. Threw his ukulele into the rubbish can and like sent him off to class, detention, whatever. And he had to come back later and dig it out. Still playing, still trying. Did okay in school. I don't remember how he said he graduated high school. I'm not sure what his GPA was. Not that mattered, because he was probably a multi-million-dollar musician after that, because he stuck with it and didn't let anyone keep him down. So of all those people, hopefully when they saw him later up on the big stage and traveling around the world playing, they said, hey, sorry, Uncle, we had it wrong. Good on you for keep pushing. So just know your words have meaning, and they could last a lifetime. So speak life into each other. We've mentioned that here on the show before. Speak life into each other. Don't always point out the negative, right? Well, you don't do this, you don't do that, and you could be better at this, you could be better at that. Even as a drill instructor, I remember it's hard for me to compliment anything. That's why NSI, you're doing something good, because I've complimented you many times. A compliment for me as a drill instructor was, hey, that one didn't suck so bad, right? That means you did good. So don't be over, I don't want to say lying to him, but oh my God, that was the best ever, because it's not. You got to be honest, right? I've seen that was better than last one, right? That's a compliment, but know how to take those compliments. It could get better. Back to leadership, which we haven't transitioned over to that yet, but leadership, when you can ask a leader, are you happy with where your company is right now? Or are you just comfortable? An easy answer is, well, I always want to get better. No, but what are you doing to get better? Are you okay with being okay? And the answer is, I can tell you right now, better be no. You better be trying to get 1% better, 10% better. Yes, the math doesn't always add up. The point is, you're trying to get better every single day. Are you happy with where your company is right now? Hell no. And that's why I'm pushing you so hard. That's why I'm trying so hard. That's why I'm trying to make things better. That's why I'm mixing it up. That's why I'm trying to get input from everybody. After actions reports. I want to make this the best possible. Right now it's good. It's okay. We need to make it better. If you're not on board, if you don't want to make it better, if you don't have that passion, time for you to move on. Right? And as a leader, you have to recognize that. And I've been kind of just riding this baby out. And it's okay. It's time to go. Time to go. Let some fresh blood in there, some eyes wide open, and make this place as good as it possibly can be and should be. Quit wasting everyone's time. All right. That was church. God bless you all. If you haven't spent time with Jesus today, make sure you do. Perfect way to start the day. We always try to go to the early service, and it's just a good, positive way to start the day. So God bless you all. Make sure you get after it. All right. Production team, we good? We still 5x5? Kelly, the OG. Son is 18 days before he leaves for boot camp. Countdown begins. 18 days. Yeah, so that's how many more lives is that? Because we want to hear he better be running, better be PTing, better be watching the show so he gets mentally tough. In boot camp, it's crazy. The couple things I'm going to talk about right now, they don't do in boot camp anymore, but it just goes to show you how times change and how things change, and they've replaced that with something. So he's got to be ready. Wash racks in boot camp. You old guy, where's Jared here? I see Michael's here. Carl Green. Wash racks in boot camp. I asked in the beginning, did I ask that, or was that the other production? Did Paris Island, MCRD Paris Island, did they ever have to wash their own clothes? Right? Just another thing that San Diego, we used to make fun of Paris Island because they get their stuff washed by someone else, dry cleaned, whatever. San Diego, we had wash racks outside of every single barracks. And obviously the companies took turns who got to get on the wash racks. It was your free time on Sunday, like 3 hours, right after chow. I think an hour of BDR after chow, and then 3 hours of free time. During that 3 hours of free time on Sunday was church, of course, if you chose to go. Shining boots, shining brass, doing laundry, PT, read and write letters. And by then time's up. So in the afternoon on Sundays, yes, for you drill masters, was all drill. Loved Sundays as a drill instructor. Hated Sundays as a recruit. Because you knew in the afternoon, it'd be all afternoon into the evening drill, right? Chow to chow. After free time in the morning, you go to noon chow, you come back, boom. Get your black Cadillacs on because you're going to the parade deck and you're going to drill for at least 3 hours until evening chow. Again, great as a drill instructor, not so great as a recruit. Really not so great as the new drill instructor because you're the one running up and down sideline, 30 inches, 30 in, 30 out. You got the pivot point. Pivot. And then you're running back to the little end because the little end always moves on column movements. You got to make sure march to the pivot point, all those things. That's the green belt running around like an animal. The seniors just calling cadence. But it's good. Sundays are good. Again, Sunday morning, no more shining brass, no more shining boots, no more wash rack. So what are the recruits doing on Sunday during their free time? Tell you right now, anyone getting ready to go, Kelly the OG, tell your son he better be going to church, no matter what. He's here with me listening. His name is Bill. Bill, I'm telling you right now, go to church on Sundays. Use the free time wisely. Find out when your church service is, whatever time it is, you get with anyone else in your platoon and company. You all march to church together and you march back together. Good to go. Before and after church is when you are doing everything else. Again, you have time because there's no more boot shining, no more brass shining. So you should be PTing inside every duty hut, squad bay. There's at the very minimum, there's pull-up bars. Some drill instructors had a bench, a couple weights. I don't know. There's ways to PT inside your squad bay. And then make sure your uniform is ready for the next day. If it's in the summer, make sure your sleeves are rolled up tight, re-roll them, whatever. Prepare, because you ain't sleeping. You're definitely not sleeping during your free time. You're not sitting on your rack. You're not laying on your rack. You're not sitting on your footlocker. You're preparing for the next day. So families and Bill and Kelly, the OG, please know that they not that they have better things to do than write a bunch of letters, but I would recommend to everyone, you share the letters. Let him write a couple letters and share them with everybody until he gets his battle rhythm going. And that's for all recruits going. Don't worry about writing a bunch of letters home. Even the first week, pay attention. Listen, do the things you got to do. Learn the battle rhythm of boot camp first. You'll have time. You'll have time to write those letters. Get that one letter out. Ma, here's my address. Please tell everybody. And Ma, when you tell everybody, say, hey, look, write as often as you can, but don't expect. Don't even ask them in a letter. Please write back and tell me how you're doing. Please write back and let me know, are you hungry? Please write back, what should I send you? None of that. Don't put any pressure on your recruit at all to write back. When he or she has time, trust me, they want to talk to you. They want to tell you all the stories, but keep them focused. Laser focus on the task ahead of them, because it's going to come. Mail will start flowing. Everything's good. Just don't put any pressure on them. All right. That's the letter writing. And there is free time nightly, too. We just really talked about Sunday, the 3 hours on Sunday. Is it still 3 hours? Anybody correct me on that? Anyone current? I think it's still 3 hours on Sunday. And then 1 hour every night. And again, that hour probably goes by pretty quick. I remember it going by pretty quick because, again, back then we had the iron camis, shine boots, shine brass, laundry you saved, but quickly read and write letters. Right? I would bust one out to my mom and say, "Ma, hey, tell everybody I'm doing well. Ever. I'll see you soon. Who's coming to graduation?" And then write a whole bunch of letters because I wanted to practice. I was a guide. I wanted to practice drill with the stick. Wanted to do some push-ups and pull-ups and try to improve my PFT. I was working on spit shining my boots, right? All the things for the next day. And this is another thing she asked. Lights out is lights out. What happens after lights out? Well, according to the SOP, lights out means lights are out. You ain't doing nothing after lights are out. Do you have to make a head call maybe at midnight? Yes. And what if you forgot to roll your sleeves? Do you think that might be a good time to get up and roll your sleeves and hit the rack? But drill instructor catches you, he might have something to say about it. But he'll have more to say about you the next morning if you don't have your sleeves rolled, and it's summertime, they're supposed to be rolled. So a lot of things crammed into a little amount of time. Are you going to have to burn the midnight oil? You better be, if you want to be one of the best, right? If you just want to kind of slide through boot camp and barely make it and you don't care about ERA, maybe. But most Marine recruits want to be the best, or they wouldn't have joined the Marine Corps, right? They would have joined something else where they can just kind of slide by. Marine recruits are all trying to be the guide and squad leaders. So burn that midnight oil. Get used to it. Should you practice getting up early right now? Why not? We can try to reset your clock now, because remember, the first 3 days you're going to be up for like 3 days. So your sleep pattern is going to be all screwed up. By the time you're with your training company, your training platoon, and lights are out, the first week you're going to be out like a light. You ain't going to want to do anything because you're so tired and your clock is all messed up, plus depending on where you come from. So definitely just be prepared physically and mentally, because things are going to get pretty chaotic the first couple months, all 3 months, all 13 weeks is chaotic, but it's a good chaos. And then your don't forget your nightly BDR is also, that's the time when you're studying. You also have to study prac, because you're going to be tested verbally and a written test. So those are your times. Study your green monster. Those notes you were taking in class, that's what Annie Ben-Annie was saying about the classroom environment. The worst and the hardest to stay awake was during classes. Because again, picture it, you're running around, you're going to the PT field, you're doing obstacle course, you're doing the confidence course, you come back, do some McMap, you go to chow, you come back from chow, you change over and you go to swimming pool, you're swimming for a couple hours, you come back, then you're marching somewhere, you go on the parade deck and you drill for 1 hour. Then from drill, you go right from there, you drop your war belt and you get into a classroom and you're going to get a class on Marine Corps history. And it's hot, so you're in the theater, which is air conditioned. You're sitting in a theater type chairs that probably lean back a little bit. The lights are dim, right? The drill instructor, it is a drill instructor who's teaching the class and he's motivated, but your eyelids are so heavy by then and you're supposed to pay attention and take notes. And what do you do if you need to fall asleep? If you feel yourself falling asleep, Easy. Stand up. You just stand up. Stand up and go to the back of the classroom. Will you get thrashed? Maybe, but not as bad as you'll get thrashed if you fall asleep during a class, right? Good instructors they'll keep your attention. I don't care how tired you are, though. There's going to be the times where your eyelids get heavy. Stand up. Have the intestinal fortitude to stand up. Couple reasons. Respect. Right? How disrespectful is that to fall asleep while someone's trying to teach you something? So it drives me crazy in high school, in any school, when kids are disrespectful for the teacher. You must be out of your damn mind. Someone's trying to teach you something and you're going to fall asleep. So stand up. Stand up in the back. But be careful, because you could even fall asleep standing up. That's how tired you'll be at some point throughout boot camp. So know what you're doing, right? Do some stretches, get back there, and maybe even let the drill instructor thrash you a little bit just to wake you up. But don't fall asleep, because you're going to be tested on it. And it's rude. Be cool. Pay attention. But she was saying, again, during the 2.5 weeks, how difficult it is to stay awake in those classes. And that's 2.5 weeks. So again, boot campers getting ready, know that's part of it. Your day is mapped out from 0530 to Reveille to 2130 taps. The only time you're going to be sitting still is in a classroom. So you're going to be tired, right? You got to be ready. If you go to medical, if you go to dental, anytime you sit down. Drill instructors too. I'm telling you, you don't see it. You better never see a drill instructor sleeping. But if I just marched you to a first aid class and I turn you over to the first aid instructor, all the drill instructors, where do you think they go? To the back of the classroom or outside the classroom, boom, taking a quick cat nap. It's going to feel like 8 hours of sleep, and it might just be 10 minutes. But that's how tired the drill instructors are. So you ain't the only one. And the DI's got to be up. They're up at least an hour before you in the morning. So you just figured the latest DIs are getting up is probably 04. And then they got to stay on deck at least an hour after lights out. So that's 22:30, 2300, maybe midnight. You never know. So drill instructors are working off of sleep deprivation. Right? You think recruits are? DIs are as well. So it's good. It's a good time. All to turn you into a basically trained Marine. Hurrah. All right. New hats, lights to lights. Anthony Alexander nailed it. Lights to lights. That means, so drill instructors do, after about the first month, you're going to get some time off because there's 4 of you. You only need 2, depending on what the activity is for that day. If you're in the pool or you're on the PT field, you're all there. Right? If it's an all-hands event, right, confidence course, obstacle course, rappelling, stuff like that is going to be all DIs on hand. But in the evening, just evening BDR after a chow, that's when just one hat by then, one drill instructor can do BDR and put you in the rack. Depending on how good your team is and how quickly your platoon progresses, right? As a senior, I used to let my DIs go home as often as possible. One, I liked being with the boys because any free time I had as a drill instructor was drill, and I can handle a platoon of drill by myself. Loved it. And it's some big daddy time as the senior drill instructor. You kind of big daddy them a little bit and get them all loose and nasty. And then next morning, the green belts tighten them up. But it's a process and it's a battle rhythm that if you have a good DI team, it works beautifully. By second phase, you are getting some rest. All right, the DIs are working out, obviously on the range, all hands on deck. Snapping barrels, depends on your company, but for a while, I had a 3-hat team for a while. One of my cycles, we had 3 hats. And snap-ins required, the snap-in circles required 2 hats. Just my company at the time, I don't know why. But if 2 hats were working, that means only 1 hat had some time off. And it's like 1 day off every 3 days. It's not feasible. So you got to put some common sense into it too. You're going to be a tired drill instructor, but you don't want an exhausted drill instructor, especially leading up to something like qualification week or all the training after that where you need to be on top of your game watching these recruits. The crucible, right? You can't be falling asleep. You got to watch them because they're going to be falling asleep. So it's all mapped out. DI's got it. They got a system. You get a good series gunnery sergeant, good first sergeant, a good team of drill instructors. Nothing to worry about. All right. That was boot camp. The beginning of boot camp, in a nutshell. A lot of it's still summer, so a lot of soon-to-be Marines are still going, soon-to-be recruits. In all services, Annie Benani has some friends. One just left for Army boot camp. One's getting ready to go to Marine Corps boot camp. One's in Navy boot camp. In fact, she saw her friend at Great Lakes when Annie was going through NSI. Her friend was going through Navy boot camp. A little bit different. Navy boot camp, they get their phones on the weekend, and they're able to talk. They were like making head calls at the same time. That's what Annie Benani kept asking, when do you have some time away from the drill instructors? Never. Pretty much never. Even when you go to church, DIs go to church too. When you walk to and from church, there's going to be a few minutes out of 13 weeks that you'll be all alone. You're sitting at dental, you're sitting at medical, right? You have to go to early chow or late chow. There's going to be those times, but you're not going to the head on your own with you and your buddies and shooting the breeze and while you're taking none of that stuff happens. If it does, it's in the evening at midnight, right? When you pray to God that DI is sleeping and he doesn't wake up. So alone time, nope. Nor do you need it, nor do you want to be alone, right? This is a time, that culture shock, you want to be surrounded by like-minded people who are sharing that same misery with you. So it's good. You don't want that alone time. You don't want to get those crazy thoughts in your head, like I'm out of here. Nope. Quickest way out of boot camp? Anyone? Graduation. All right. All right. Team, how we doing?
I don't know, I think we just got I just switched it over and saw the trolls, so hopefully we got them.
Oh. All right, here we go. John McJunkin, Sergeant Major. 2 issues concerning DEP Poolees whenever you're ready. Let's go. McJunkin. Let's do this. You ready? I'm ready. And here's why. These are probably a lot of the same questions that everyone has. How do we feel about there's no such thing as a dumb question? Because I've heard some pretty dumb questions. So I think there is. But John McJunkin crew typically has some awesome, awesome questions. So let's take a look. All right. Cannon 0311. Hey, bro. What's up, brother? I may be a rabbi. Doesn't mean I can run. Menachem, you're an officer, so you better be able to run. You better be able to run. That's what I was telling Annie Benani too. Because where you at, Annie Benani? If you're listening right now, you better run today. You're going to be going. The officers, I told her, I think I've said this before on the show. I met one officer in my career that fell out of a run. One out of my entire career. And I'm sure there's been others. I haven't seen it. They weren't attached to my unit. I just never seen it. One officer. How many enlisted have I seen fall out of runs? Granted, per capita, there's 10 times as many enlisted Marines, so got it. But still, officers pride themselves on not falling out of a run. So she better be running. She's going to be a Marine officer soon. Don't fall out of runs. You can't afford it. I just saw that. Was that Doc? It popped up and disappeared. Semper Fi, Doc. Good to see you. Appreciate you, brother. God bless. We were kicking it. I just been rambling about boot camp this whole time. So good to see you. I'm glad you're here. John McJunkin. Did he ask it? Yeah. Oh, I missed it. Oh, right here. Poolee 1. Came back from MEPS. Told he has stage 1 or 2 of some type of blood cancer. May not be able to enlist. No. Wow. Speechless. I feel bad. Pray on it. Pray on it. Pray on it. Pray on it. Prayer works. Came back to stage 1 or 2 of some type of blood cancer. May not be able to unless, so what we say here too, not just everything can be waived. Excuse me, second opinion, third opinion, those you may have to pay out of pocket. I don't know how that works. If MEPS tells you no, but you have your own physician, get with Poolee number one's parents, McJunkin, and see what you can do. Find out. Don't go off of just that. Not that MEPS doesn't know what they're doing. MEPS is they do this all day, every day. That's what they do for a living. So I know they know what they're doing, but it wouldn't hurt to just get a second opinion and find out. Wow, man, it crushes me, McJunkin. Please know that we'll be praying for Poolee 1. That's too bad. Keep us posted, please. Old Jyrene says, boot camp 95 sounded soft from when I graduated in 91. My father told me boot sounded easy compared to him in 66. And his father told him, old Jyrene, if you graduated, what's today, Sunday? Let's say you graduated this past Friday. Those Marines that graduated Friday are going to talk trash about the Marines that graduate next Friday. And they're going to say, you guys had it easy, bro. When I was in boot camp, we used to get beat every night. That's what we do. We fish stories, right? We tell those fish stories that when I was in boot camp, right? Unless you got issued sword, shield, and a horse, they had it rough, right? Before socks were invented, those guys had it rough. But has it gotten softer over the years? I don't know if soft is the right word. And it's up to the drill instructors, right? It was 6 years from when I was a recruit to when I was a drill instructor. 6 years. The SOP stayed the same, right? And it's still the same today. They added some stuff probably for cell phones and social media and some crap that they had to add in because of change of times. But you still can't beat the crap out of recruits. You still can't curse at them and call them names and grab them by there's 4 things you can call them. Recruit, their last name, their billet, and private, whatever. That hasn't changed. So it's up to the creativity of the drill instructor. And it boils down to leadership. You know that. You can thrash the heck out of someone without touching them, without cursing at them, and without doing anything illegal. That depends on what kind of leader you are. Can you? Challenge yourself. Make it hard for that drill instructor. Hazing, we kind of touched on a little bit, but doing something outside of the SOP, that's easy. It takes no brains whatsoever. It takes zero leadership to bully somebody. Again, trust me, just witnessed it. My last organization, bullies, it's because they're not intelligent enough to train. If there's no training value to it, they resort to yelling and screaming and just dictatorship because they have zero leadership. Lead me, but challenge me by leading me, showing me what to do and how to do it. Not haze me, not bully, not yell at me. Train me. That's the difference. So, was boot camp harder 10 years ago? Again, yes, for all those reasons. Is the SOP still the same? Yes, again, for all those reasons. So, your team, East Coast, West Coast, again, we know San Diego's better than Parris Island. Just kidding. They're both tough. Old breed, new breed, East Coast breed, West Coast breed, doesn't matter as long as it's the Marine breed. Around. That's the facts. All right.
Okay, wait, we're not going to keep it both busting me for opening this little baby soda, but it's flat.
And you heard it?
Because it's from, we took it from one of the states.
Yes.
Should have drank it the first day I got it.
And she gets mad at me when I drink my drink, which today happens to be protein. So mixed with water. Where's Big O? He show up yet? No. No more adjusting your position of attention. How about the pulse check? Who just said that? Adjusting your position of attention. Yes, there are certain times you can touch a recruit, and that's to adjust their position, adjust their uniform, safety, right? If they're choking or something to save their life, there are times where you actually can touch a recruit, but make sure it's within those 4 times, or again, you're doing something wrong. No need. Sergeant Stacking says, let him know, Sergeant Major. We all know which is harder. Harder, San Diego, baby. Even in San Diego, even at one depot, the battalions are different. I grew up a 3rd Battalion recruit, Mike Company, Mighty Mike, beat 'em Mike, right? Because they used to beat the crap out of us. Did they really? No. But that was the mantra that we would keep going, Mike Company. That's all they do is beat it. We sucked at drill, we sucked at prac, but we were tough and we were hardcore because all they did was beat us for 13 weeks. Not true at all. Everyone follows the same training schedule. Again, depending on the creativity, the leadership experience, the motivation and the passion of your drill instructor team, your company guns, the first sergeant, company command, everyone in your chain of command dictates what kind of training schedule you have. Even as a drill instructor, 8 cycles. I did 8 cycles as a drill instructor. Each one was different depending on who the series guns was at the time, who the first sergeant was, right? Company commander. We had ones, and I'll pick on officers for a minute because I had some great ones, awesome ones. Also had one that we nicknamed him Headhunter because this guy he'd look in the window. I was a sergeant team. They put us on the first deck so they could watch us. We were pretty dangerous. Sergeant teams are awesome on the drill field. Sergeant teams are awesome on the drill field. The staff NCOs, don't even try it. Sergeants are hungry. They're still young. They're still There's some good staff NCO teams. Gunny teams getting a little old. Guns to be that intense. So I was a sergeant team. And they put us on the first deck to watch us. And I had a series commander would try and peek in the windows. And this was before they had females at San Diego, so there's no frosted windows. They were open windows. You can look in all you wanted. He used to even look in the front hatch to come into the squad bay. There was the window. And he would try and play it off like we had a microwave in our duty hut. He wanted to use our microwave, so he would snoop around and peek in the window and have his food just in case, he got caught. So we on to him. Recruits know everything. They see everything. They're not dumb. Drill instructors talk to each other. We did happen to catch him a few times, the headhunter, right? Once we found out, of course, we set him up we knew he was going to come to the front hatch and bust the hatch. For those of you that don't know, means get outside. Bust the hatch in 30 seconds. That means in 30 seconds, boom, you were literally busting open the hatches and you're getting outside, getting in formation. So when we saw got word 5-0, this is before cell phones. So call on the phone, hey, 5-0 is coming. So of course I look out the duty hut window, hey, guy, bust the hatch in 29, 28, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, boom, busted the hatch. Lieutenant had some food busted out all over him. Oh my gosh, sorry, trying to get out of the way. And the recruits are just going out. They don't know what's going on, just getting in formation. And it was something as simple as, sir, you don't need to spy on us. You want to see what the boys are doing. Let us know. Don't let us know. It doesn't matter. We got nothing to hide here. Nothing at all, but be part of the team, right? You have that. I was straight up with them. You have a nickname of headhunter because it seems like you're trying to find drill instructors doing something wrong. How about you work with us and we work together as a team, right? Hey, drill instructor, this is what I saw. Is this normal? Should you be doing this? I saw the recruits. Just discuss it. Lieutenant Colonel, now Paulie, retired, one of my platoon commanders, got plenty of stories with him, but he had the best communication, straight up, honest, one of the best officers I've ever worked with. He was a captain at the time. Captain Paulie? Captain at the time, but he was a series commander. He wasn't a company commander yet. He was my series commander. I was on the sergeant team. I think I was a senior by now. And I was going off on the boys for something, and I may have used some foul language. I may have called them some names that aren't in the SOP. It was pretty intense. And I saw him walking around. I never hid anything from anybody. If I say it to you, I'll say it about you and I'll say it in front of you. And I'll say it behind your back because I got no secrets. Some people don't like that too transparent. And then we left. We were going to chow wherever he was, and I went back in the duty hut, and he had left me a couple little yellow sticky notes saying, "Hey, drill instructor, senior drill instructor, stop by. Could you please remind me, is pig one of the things you can call a recruit? Sarcasm, but communication, right? Is the B word something that's authorized according to chapter whatever in the SOP? A little bit of humor, a little bit of humility. Like, crap, hey, senior, you better get it together. Watch yourself. You're getting kind of loose." So all that, and he didn't write me up. I didn't get an NJP for it. It was just a good, solid, just a start of a perfect working relationship, right, between the officers and enlisted. Because again, we didn't nickname him headhunter. What I call him, man, that's a good dude. That's a good officer. That's a good Marine officer right there. Let's get him on board, put him in the circle. And that's why at the end, final drill, I let him march the platoon a little bit. Don't tell anybody. People are still mad about that. I let an officer march my platoon. It was awesome. All right. How did we get on that tangent? What is this?
It's summertime, so there's got to be people that have coming up on anniversaries, no?
Yes, summertime. What are you celebrating this summertime? Let me get McJunkins, and I'm gonna ask you that. It is summertime. I just celebrated, right? I won't tell you how many years. There's a bug in here too, by the way. John McJunk says, "Not sure, Madam Producer."
No.
Oh, no.
But you can address it. There was a female Poolee that was assaulted.
Some of her female friends are in depth shock, and understandably so. A female recruit,
No, Poolee.
a Poolee, was sexually assaulted. Horrible, lost for words. And the first thing that comes to mind is, man, I'd like 5 minutes with the person who assaults anybody. Having a wife and 5 daughters, right? I can't even say on YouTube what I would do. Give me 3 minutes with anybody who would do something as horrific as that. So we're praying for her. Just like in the beginning, we talked about words have meaning. Actions have meaning that can affect someone for the rest of their life. So God bless her, John McJunkin, and you already know. I'm sure all of you are there for her, but we pray. We feel extremely bad, and it's horrible. No excuse whatsoever. 5 minutes. Again, give me 3 minutes alone with the person that did this to her. We'll be praying. We'll continue to pray. Tell her it's easy for a man my size to be strong. But to talk to her, let her get it out. Talk to her and be there for her. Horrible. Man. All right. Summertime. It is summertime. What are you celebrating?
Nice segue.
Yeah. There's more. Apparently running high school track and was jumped from behind. Yeah. Horrible. Unexplainable. And you watch it. We all watch. Well, I don't know who watches the news, but you hear about it. All these things that do happen. No excuse whatsoever. Yeah. None. Unreal. Unexcusable. Head on a swivel. Always head on a swivel. Don't do things alone. That's why the girls are waiting for me to go run. Safe neighborhood we're in, but you never know. Don't complete that triangle. Try to find that. That was the old Gracie. Does anyone know the Gracie family? Hoist Gracie and his multiple family members are all Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Where's Ellie Belly on here? They do all kinds of videos. I was never able to find this one, but I swear I saw it on YouTube where they discuss don't complete the triangle. Here's an example of completing a triangle. You're crossing a busy street. You're late, so you're in a hurry. You're carrying something in one hand and your phone in the other hand. pay attention to what's going on because you got traffic to contend with. You're carrying something. You got to be somewhere on time. The worst thing you can possibly do at that moment is look at your phone. You just completed that triangle of begging someone to slap the crap out of you, take your phone and your bag, and take off. Or worse, assault you. So don't complete that triangle. Head on a swivel. We kind of made light of it. Annie Banani, we did an airport one, and always have someone watching your back. She said, head on a swivel, but that's real, man. Wherever you go, whatever you do, hypervigilance is what doctors like to call it. Paranoid, some people call it, or just situational awareness. You always got to have it. I could go for a run by myself, and I do. Different mindset for a man than it is for a woman. I don't ever want my girls to go anywhere by themselves. And they're teenagers now. They're women. Still don't want them to go to the bathroom by themselves in a crowded baseball stadium. Battle buddy. Why not? Take a battle buddy with you wherever you go, whatever you do. Just have each other's backs. Man, you get me all fired up. I can go beat somebody up right now. Lay Cookie, celebrating triple digits. Is that what he said?
It's only 100.
Oh, it's only 100. Sweater weather for y'all. Man. Triple digits. Weather. It's crazy. Bailey from Montana. Montana's got to be beautiful year round, I'm guessing. Always ready to give out glaucoma. Speaking of which, that's another thing Annie Banani wants to do is shoot guns. I encourage every woman to carry a gun everywhere they go. Jared, boom, nailed it. Get your concealed carry if you have. I still don't have mine. It doesn't stop me from carrying, but we should all do it the right way, I guess, especially if you're in weird states like California. Do it the right way. Get your concealed carry license, CCW, what's it called? Get it. In the meantime, learn how to shoot. The girls, I've bought them all pistols, 22s. They haven't shot those. I have rifles. I got shotguns. I got all hunting rifles. I got all the guns. Annie Banani, after NSI, again, huge fan of NSI, she wants to go shooting. They shot, I'm guessing they were 22s in Navy boot camp. I'm not sure. She's going to give me the caliber and all this stuff later. But we're going to shoot the production team. We're going to shoot 9 mils tomorrow. Again, for the fan fire, the familiarization fire with that, just so you're comfortable. I want them all to be comfortable with any firearms. Again, we'll do the shotguns. We'll do the I got a couple AR-15s. We'll shoot all the other ones later, but at least everyone, everywhere should be comfortable with shooting a pistol. Not just shooting it, loading, unloading, drawing it, just being prepared to use it if you absolutely need to. Hopefully you never have to, but it's better to have and not need than to need and not have. So we're going tomorrow morning to the range, and we'll see who can shoot the best. We'll see. Funny story, CC number 5, who you haven't met on screen yet. We were at a Bass Pro Shop. Bass Pro Shop, and those of you that know, that's like Disneyland for the hunters, for the outdoorsmen and women. Awesome. It's an awesome time. I like going there too, whether you buy anything or not. We usually end up buying something. We went recently. Was it all of it? It was all of us, right? The whole clan, CC7. And the girls went over to the little shooting range, the duck hunt, pew, ting, the laser, and ting, and you hit and the deer moves, the wolf cries, and squirrels run, rabbits. You got to hit all these little things. And of course, I'm being the big bad Marine. Me and USMC Cece were like, let's show you how it's done. Bing, bing. Got a few. CC number 4, Annie Banani shoots it, and she does well. CC number 5 got like 49 out of 50. I think she might have missed one. We're like, what the heck? Where did that come from? You never know. You never know who can shoot well. In boot camp, I remember they asked us, who shot before? And it was like, hurrah, hurrah, hurrah. What? My dad's BB gun. I shot this and my dad. He said, well, you guys put your hands down. If you've never shot before, you're going to be better shooters than these guys. I don't know how true that is and how far it plays over, but I never I fired some BB guns prior to boot camp. In boot camp, expert in my whole career ever since. But I wasn't a gun guy prior to boot camp. I know in JRTC and even in boot camp, I don't know why I don't remember as much the recruits in boot camp as a drill instructor. Probably because the coaches and the PMI takes over. But in JRTC, I remember the best shooters in JRTC were, one, females were always better shooters than the males. They didn't have that ego. They listen. They listen to instruction. People say it's because their hips are built different. They can hold the rifle different. Maybe not. But it's discipline is what it boils down to. And girls always have more discipline than boys. You see that from McJunkin? Thank you, McJunkin, recognizing the producer. Oh, Irene Bryant, when I was overseas, my wife slept with the 22 rifle next to her in the bed. Was glad she had it. 22s, although the bullet seems so tiny compared to 9mm 45s, of course, can do damage. So be comfortable with it. No, I wish I had one of my 22s. Maybe we'll rent one tomorrow. I want the girls to shoot a 22 first, and then the 9mm, then the 45. We'll see how it goes from there. But we're gonna be shooting some stuff. We'll bring back the targets and see how they do.
Steve wrote earlier.
Steve?
Steve said that we call Bass Outlet the Redneck Zoo.
Redneck Zoo, Bass Pro Shop. Love it. I love everything about it. And I'm far from a red. I'm a city boy, but I love going to Outback in different states too. I like seeing the difference between them, like the fish tank. I like to maintain every now and then. I move a little bit, but we're not licensed to give proper help. Oh, you're right, McJunkin. Stay on it. Here's one. Do you think going military test a workout routine is a good decision or is it bad? Just want to test myself. Do you think doing military test is a workout routine is a good decision? What? 22 is better than nothing's for us. So I'm trying to get this question right. Do you think doing military test as a workout routine is a good decision? So I'm guessing you mean a PFT. Or a CFT, a physical fitness test. Is that a good workout? Yeah, it's better than not, but it's just that. It's a test. So it's supposed to be testing all those things that you've been working towards. So a plank, for instance. Just doing a PFT one time, you're only doing those 3 events once. So, and it's like 30 minutes. You should be done with the whole test. So no. Kind of basically, I don't think that's a good workout. It'd be good maybe once a week, take a PFT. And I've known people that would do that, take a PFT every Friday just to see how they're progressing. Maybe a little too much. Depends on how hard you're working out. I was doing 2-a-days for a while. I kind of just were trying to spend some family time together. But I would do my runs. I would do that. I'd try to run the same route every time for at least a couple weeks. Time the first one, then time the last one, to see if I improved. And you do. I don't, not too many times you don't. You can maintain the same for a while. And sometimes people hit a plateau and they don't increase at all. Then they get discouraged. Then they stop. So as long as you continuously work out. But a military PT test, I don't think you should use it as a workout. If you're working on pull-ups, do some pull-up workouts, some pyramids, do multiple workouts for pull-ups and pull downs, all back workouts to improve your pull-ups, and then test yourself in about 2 weeks. Same with running. They say the best way to improve your run time is to do sprints. 3 miles now. We're talking Marines. Marines don't do anything less than 3 miles. 3 miles. To improve your 3-mile time, you got to add in some sprints. Ones I like to do is a sprint, run, sprint. Around the track, sprint the straightaways, jog the curves. Sprint the straightaway, jog the curve. That is supposed to decrease your swim time. Run, swim, runs are awesome. Gunny East. Run, swim, runs are absolutely a butt kicker. The first day of McQuist is just that. 3-mile run, 2,500 meter swim, 3-mile run. That was day one. That was check-in. After you check in, after the admin, usually most schools you take a full 24 hours to check in, start the next morning. Not in McQuist, not in the 90s. When I went through, day one was a run, swim, run. We dropped probably a third of the class after that. That was their welcome aboard. Welcome to Coronado Island. Get ready. No joke. I have a 300 Win Mag, Weatherby, David Bryant. Beautiful. I love it. I did get a little era with it. It's camouflage. I went all crazy on it. Is Carl leaving? See you, Carl. Thanks, brother. Thanks for hanging out with us. Yeah, and again, good on you to teach all your kids. Glip glop. I just saw videos of Marines doing some pretty brutal workouts, and it got me really motivated. So military workouts, by all means, look them up. Yes, I'm positive there's tons of brutal workouts. Just and some those of you with licensing and that's what you do for a living. Sorry, but I can't see paying a program or a video or take these 16 weeks, just give me $400 and you'll watch my video and I'll thrash you. I'm just not down for that. Maybe it's because I'm old school and I kind of know how to thrash myself. But if you need that mental motivation, and it's you got to have skin in the game. You have to invest in it somewhat. Like when you host something or you plan a field trip for free, tell everybody, and it sounds great. Free field trip, yes, I'll be there. And then they don't show up. Not because they don't want to go, but they didn't have any investment in it. That's why anything you do, planning a party, a barbecue, $5. It's only $5. Come to the barbecue, all you can eat. If you charge and they pay ahead of time, they'll have a little more vested interest. We paid. I paid for 5 of us. Let's just go. They can work the same for a workout. If you this free workout, just watch my video, 30 minutes, or 8 minutes a day, and you're going to look like Lou Ferrigno. Not true, but you will improve 8 minutes a day. If it's free, you may not always, you're not going to do it more than a week. If you invest in it, you're like, I paid for this, I better go. Gym memberships. Same, I've been fortunate enough, always had a free gym membership through the Marine Corps, School of Hard Knocks. Those who pay attention. So I've never paid for a gym membership in my life, nor will I. And now, today, the best gyms in the world. I do want to go to, what's the one, the No Judgment Zone? What are those called? No. What is it called? Planet Fitness. I do want to go in there and just judge everyone. Just one time. I want to grunt and moan and drop the dumbbells. Rah! Maybe rip my shirt off and just get loud. And I won't. But again, another huge benefit of being in the military, I have never paid for a single gym membership. And again, I never will. And top quality gyms. I did that short a while ago. An Air Force gym. Beautiful. No one was in there because it was Air Force. And it was like 8 in the morning. I think they were just getting up, 8 o'clock. No to all from John McJunkin, whether you're male or female, and I just missed it. If somebody wants to help repeat that.
Always for her exercise with another person or group.
Boom. Nailed it. McJunkin.
Medical issue plus just smart.
Yeah, just smart to do one for, medical reasons. And I've thought about that before because I do like to work out alone. I actually do. But I'm like choking on a drink, or what if something happens and you're all like this morning, 4:30, I was the only one in there. What if I had dropped something on myself and I couldn't get it? I'd have to wait till somebody showed up to help me out. So always go with someone. Glip glorp. That's where I go. They don't really judge any of that. Everyone is really cool. But $10 a month is $10 a month. That's actually not bad. $10 a month.
Wait, what does USMC say? Loud and grunt should be the next t-shirt?
USMC says what?
Loud and grunt should be the next t-shirt.
Loud and grunt. That's our USMC CC.
USMC vet.
Oh, USMC vet. Loud and grunt should be the next T-shirt merch for SFMF. Loud and grunt. Write that on the shirt. I like that. Loud and grunt. And then we'll all wear those into Planet Fitness. I have been. I've been to Planet Fitness with my brother one time because we were always competing against each other, and he's older than me, so he's like Jared's age, so I got him, right? But I did go in with him, and as he kept telling me over and over, and I'm not loud in the gym. I'm not one of those. If I'm working hard, I try to I do some growling, but nothing like you see these guys do. And I that's all I could see is all the signs: no judgment, no judgment, no judgment zone. Don't they have a buzzer or something that goes off if you do make noise? Is that a sensor, or is the employee back there,
Karen back there that fight.
or is there a Karen back there just waiting for you to probably watch me as I walked in? Oh, look at that guy. He looks like he's going to make some noise. Ding. I don't know. Funny. Exactly. USMC vet. Let's go. We'll all wear them with some bandanas, right? Some MC Hammer pants. Remember that when those were in? Awesome. Old Gyrene at the gym, 0430, still hardcore. Or I just can't sleep. One of the two, but it is the best time to go. They turn them off. They have those, right? Glip Glorp, they do have those sensors. Rob Wilson, I became an Army Ranger because even Marines need a hero. That's pretty good. I've heard it both ways. That's why Marines are here, because Rangers need a hero. That's good. Good to have you here, Rob Wilson. Love to have other services. Did I even give a shout out to my boys yet?
No, you didn't do it.
Man, that's what I wanted. I want to give a shout out to my boys. Shopping yesterday with Annie Banani. We're at a commissary doing our thing, right? Trying to get everything that's right. We're both scared we get the wrong thing and the producer gets mad at us. Or
They wanted MREs for like 20
oh, we saw MREs. They sell MREs at the commissary, like $17, $20 for a single MRE.
That's why you get in trouble.
Single MRE for like the $18.99 a case was what, 100? I don't know. Do the math. There's 12 in a case, so times 20. Incredible. I can't believe people would pay that much for them. I love MREs. You know I do. If there was some omelet with hams, I would have bought a couple. I have MRE. I want to sell them for $20 a pop and get rich off them. No, I won't.
Yeah, that's black market.
But it's black market. But walking around, I did see two guys kind of eyeball me a couple of times. And I'm a friendly guy, right? And I tell all y'all all the time, please, if you ever see me, say something. But these guys were civilians, so I wasn't sure. And they're a little younger. So I didn't pay any attention to it. And they were employees. I noticed that they worked there. So I was like, oh, that's cool. And then until I came around a corner, Annie Banani's kind of further down. We were looking for something. So we kind of spread out a little bit just so we can make it faster. And then I seen these same two guys, they like turn immediately at the shelves and were like looking at something like bags of candy. It was that candy aisle where it's bags of M&Ms and bags of Skittles. And they were kind of talking to each other. Still, I'm oblivious, pushing the cart. Finally, as I got up to them, they're like, you on TikTok? I was like, no, I don't do social media like that. I said, but I do have a YouTube channel. They're like, oh, that's it. And on my phone, I would show you, but we're using it. I have a little sticker, one of the stickers. In fact, it's this one that I do have. On my phone, I said, this? They're like, yeah. And they pulled it up real quick. Marcus and Hezekiah. Shout out to you two. Thanks for saying something to me. Appreciate you recognizing and having the courage, I guess. Not Marines. I'm assuming they're dependents, but they work on base at the commissary, busting their butt. Had a little crowd with them. The ladies that were with you, shout out to all of you. Thank you for saying something to me. We took a photo. Maybe Wednesday, if we get on StreamYard, we'll put it up there. But what a great feeling to have supporters non-military. I'm guessing maybe one or two of their dads must be in the military, Marines. I don't know, but if you're watching right now, just shout out to us. I told them we'd be live. Our lives are kind of hard. You got to catch them, but they both did subscribe while we were talking in there. So very cool.
It's surprising how many people aren't subscribed, but they see the show.
Yeah, that happens a lot too. A lot of people do. Hey, I recognize you, I see you, and jokingly and not jokingly, I say, "Oh, appreciate you watching.
Don't subscribe anymore.
Are you subscribed?" "Oh, no, but I will right now." Why not? Subscribing is free, and even we're at JP. Is JP here? People that I know have channels. I'll subscribe to you. One, it's free, and just to support each other. So those of you that are watching, I pop up in your feed. Please subscribe and like, share, all those things. Hit the notification bell. Never said that before in the 2 years we've been doing this, but do it all. Why not? And if you have a channel, please, I'll subscribe to you as well. All right, but that was great. Marcus and Hezekiah, appreciate you guys. See you again soon. Carrie Ann Marie Potts says, I seen a short today where 6 Marines hear gunfire and ran towards it. What if heroes don't know if this is true or not? I tell you 100% it is true. Marines run towards gunfire. That's why Marines are fanatical. About what? About being Marines. 100%. Carrie Ann Marie Potts, it's true. That's what sets us apart. We look for a fight. We run towards a fight. John McJunkin, why are you kissing the producer's butt right now? Buying the wrong things. She's the best. Troubleshoots issues quickly and efficiently. Yes, absolutely. She does. She keeps me working. Oh, is the mic? You did some troubleshooting?
No.
Oh,
We finally got
yeah. She did. She did hook these up, right? I don't have to wear the thing. I don't have to wear the headphones. It sounds good. I'm guessing, right? Tactical Llama, Semper Fi Marine from an Army vet. Hua. Semper Fi, brother. Thank you so much for being here. I'm telling you, we want all branches of service. We want civilians like Marcus and Hezekiah. We want Space Force. No Guardians. We still haven't had a Guardian here yet. Still waiting. We've had a couple. Remember about a month ago or a couple weeks ago, they wrote in Space Force. What does that mean? Then I asked them, are you Space Force or you just want to say it?
Did you see Rev Kelly's comment?
Nope.
Rev Kelly saying my son hasn't written or called, so his mother and I are worried, but we know he is in safe hands.
Rev Kelly, I see it right now. My son hasn't wrote or called, so his mother and I are worried, but no, he is safe in safe hands at USMC. He's in boot camp. The drone instructors got him.
Ramping up right now, right?
Yeah, and it depends how long he's been there. How long has it been? And just keep writing them. Just keep writing them. Excuse me. He'll have the opportunity, right, when he has time. Don't put any pressure. It's 13 weeks, right? I don't want to sound cold or anything. I know you want to hear from him. I know you're worried about him. No news is good news, right? So I promise you, he's kicking butt. He's taking names. The drone instructors are taking care of him. 3 hots in a cot and plenty of PT. He's doing well. I do hope you hear from him soon. But again, I remember as a drone instructor and as a recruit, I would go 3-4 weeks at a time without writing because you get locked in, right? When we saw Annie Benani, again, I want to show some pictures of her at NSI. Somebody's posting on Facebook. And every time we saw her, like, we want to see her smile, or baby, we want to see her smile. She was locked in. Every single picture. So no, Rev, your son is locked in. Right, and the more locked in he is now, the bigger, better, stronger, faster he'll be later. So hang tight, pray on it, right? Ask God what you should do. Definitely don't call down there and ask. I'm worried about my son. Space Force is Babylon 5 ripoff. Still waiting for a Space Force. Mr. No. I wanted to read that. I think somebody was talking trash about the Navy being our Uber. We're talking about the Navy Marine Corps relationship with Annie Benani, again, having just spent 2.5 weeks, primarily Navy, of the at you of the 6 platoons, 100-man platoons. I think the males were a little less, but how many people were there at NSI? 1,000. Small portion Navy. Most of the instructors are all Navy. It's at a Navy facility. It's at Great Lakes. Navy, 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 Navy. Marine Navy team. The Marines are a department of the Navy. Everyone knows that. How close are the Marines and Navy? On paper, close, but actual duties, not that close at all, right? We ride on the ships to go fight, right? To go on deployment, to go to humanitarian reasons. We catch a ride, but our missions are almost completely different. We just ride together. So we appreciate it. And you think we're more closely, Army's closer to us than the Navy in terms of mission and what we do, right? They got air, ground, sea. The Army even has some boats. So they do similar what the Marine Corps does. We're just a lot smaller scale, and we get attached to the Navy. So it's interesting. So John McJunkin says, Sergeant Major, we're still on for singing at Ton Tavern on the Marine Corps birthday. We can sing Tiny Bubbles. You know for a fact, Tiny Bubbles is definitely going to be one of the songs that we sing along with the Marines hymn. I don't think it's going to be at Tun's Tavern, though, McJunkin. It's not looking good. We haven't even checked on it in a while. And we don't even know where we're going to be on November 10th this year. We are going to one ball already, we know for sure. And once that's locked in, I'm going to share it with everybody. But November 10 doesn't look like Ton Tavern's going to be up. So they still got a ways to go and not a whole lot of time. This is August. We're in August already. August, September, October, November.
Something in Chicago for the Navy's birthday.
The Navy's birthday. When's the Navy birthday? Anybody know? October 14th?
12, 13.
October. Any sailors out there? Gunny E says, Space Force is talking about having one path for ranking up, a combined enlisted and officer ranks based off experience mainly. Interesting, Adam East. One of the comments was, I think, from the British. It was on the E9 short that I did, one of the very first shorts that blew up. Remember, it was the first one to hit 1 million. Now it's at 2.5 million. His comment was like, yep, leave it up to the U.S. to have so many NCO ranks, to convolute all the NCO ranks. They have like 3. You start out as a soldier or whatever. I can't remember. The first one is like you're a private for like 15 years. Then you're a sergeant. I don't remember each one, and you guys know. But it's like you're all fighters for like 15 years. Then you become a corporal or a sergeant, and then a sergeant major, and then warrant officers, or warrant officers and sergeant major. They got like 5 ranks for all of it. Makes a whole lot of sense, and it's, you know how Americans are. We have to be recognized. So E9, we have 9. We get promoted 9 times in the enlisted, 10 times in the officer. You have to get promoted 10 times to feel gratification. That's what it is. The UK, I think you guys got it right. 5 times. It's plenty. Plenty enough. Plenty enough. Plenty enough. I'm not a soldier. Thanks for asking. I'm a Marine.
Joshua has a question.
Joshua Carter.
Joshua T. He says, good evening, sir. I remember asking you a question before I shipped out for boot in September last year. Now I'm at schoolhouse about to hit the fleet. Any words you can share about the fleet? 3521. 3500. Remind me of what MOS that is. So you went through boot camp, you went through school, you're getting ready to hit the fleet. Joshua T. Tell us your 3500 is motor T. I'm thinking 35 somewhere. Anyway, what to expect in the fleet? Great question. And you're already ahead of the game by asking the question. I was blind. I had no idea. I was just kind of winging it. Everything from boot camp to MOS school to the fleet. I just kind of figured it out while I was there. Didn't even think. And with today's technology, you can research. But here's what I'll tell you about the fleet. And I've said this many times, and people can attest to it. Don't judge the Marine Corps off your first duty station. Definitely don't judge it off. You clearly haven't boot camp, MOS school, MCT, right? You went to Marine combat training. The fleet is a whole different ball game. You're now Marine. The respect is different. You're not a student. You're not in the training pipeline. You're not a recruit, clearly. So a little more respect as long as you maintain your game, right? Meaning you're always squared away. I've been on base recently and I'm still seeing the Lance Corporals, the low reg. Yes, it's still regulation, but it looks stupid to go from 0 to 3 in about a half inch. And then poof, the mustache that is pushing the line. No T-shirt underneath their camis. Don't do that stuff, man. And it sucks because Marines are judgmental. Remember, I did a short on that. Are Marines judgmental? You bet you know what? 100%. I see that Marine. He could be the best machine gunner in the world. I will never know. And I've already judged him. Hate to say, I just learned what a dirtbag is. I talked to my other brother. He's in the fencing business, and there's things called dirtbags. When you drill holes, and the drill comes out and it spins, and all the dirt goes up into a bag, a gigantic bag. It makes it easier than they bundle it up, and a fork pulls it away. It's called a dirtbag. All I can think of when he kept saying dirtbag was those dirtbag Marines, right? The ones who were wearing dirty camis, sleeves rolled poorly, trousers bloused poorly, poor haircut, right? And the females are pushing it. Females are pushing that line at 2 inches below the lower edge of the collar. Come on, man. Why do you push all those? And I know why, because I did it as a PFC and a Lance Corporal. But I also didn't have today's technology, didn't have many people telling you, this is wrong, this looks bad, square yourself away. So, going to the fleet with a positive attitude. Here's who ruins it. Those dirtbags see you coming in and they try to influence you. Bro, why are you pressing out your cami? You don't have to press these out. You're getting a haircut again? You already got one last week. What's the matter with you? Those are going to influence you the wrong ways. Those are ones who end up on TikTok and YouTube and how the Marine Corps screwed me over. And they kept telling me get a haircut, and I didn't want to get a haircut. And it's because you got a Z cut in your hair and you think that's okay, right? Because that's what you want. You knew the hair regulations, the grooming standards prior to going in. So not only, just like when you're going to a new event, right? And the Marines ask, oh man, what is this? You gotta climb the rope. Do we have to climb the rope all the way to the top? You ask questions like that. We're doing planks. How long do we have to do it for? What's the minimum? Moss, that's when I want to just slap the taste right out your mouth. That's the last question you should ask. The question should be, who's got the record for planks? Who's climbed the rope more times in one sitting? What's the fastest time on the obstacle course? What? I did get a strike last show, last live. We got a strike for something. I don't know what it was. I was fired up talking about some weak.
Okay, wait. I'm going to try to do this real quick.
Okay, she's going to try and do something. Producer going to try and do something.
Try to read a question.
Right, look at Annie Benani right there. Hate hearing about the minimum. Nobody wants to know the minimum. What's the maximum? Right? Even for a math test, I would ask that just so you knew my attitude going in. All right, we're getting ready to take a trigonometry. I can't even say it. I don't know anything about math. We're getting ready to take a test. I'm going to ask a question. Who's got the highest score? They'll tell me a name, and he got a 98. Pfft, I got it. I'll proceed to score like a 72. But my attitude is I want to know what's the best, and I want to beat that best no matter what it is. Everything's a competition. Everything. And once you stop thinking about it that way, that's when you have an organization that is just, you're okay with being good. Right? That last organization I just left, complacency killed it. Well, maybe that's why. complacency destroyed that place because everyone's okay, being okay. This is good. They're
Okay.
the ones who
All
asked
right,
about
listen,
the minimum.
Listen.
All right. Can they hear you?
Yes, I hope so. All right,
Can you
Jack.
hear?
Jack Hillard has a question. He says, "What is your thoughts on a non-Marine wearing gear with the Eagle Globe and Anchor emblem? He or she did not earn that title." Thank you. That's from again Jack Hillard.
Jack Hillard. Jack Hillard asks, how do I feel about Marines wearing or non-Marines wearing the Eagle, Globe, and Anchor? Don't like it unless they're a family member. If just like you go to any graduation, both MCRDs, whole family's wearing Eagle, Globe, and Anchors. I want my kids to wear it, right? I bought my wife a necklace and earrings, Eagle, Globe, and Anchors. So if you're related to a Marine, URAH, Semper Fi, my friend. If you're not, I don't think you should be wearing it. Like you wouldn't wear an Army tab or a SEAL crescent. What is it? What is their shield called? Trident, right? You wouldn't. See, I don't know if the other services are as fanatical about it as Marines are.
Remember Vice Admiral Davis?
Oh yeah,
She was wearing it because it's her husband.
yeah. Eagle, Globe, and Anchor.
So if it's a loved one's,
Yeah. That's why. Yeah, she was talking about Vice Admiral, Navy, era. She was wearing an Eagle, Globe, and Anchor necklace.
Trident.
Oh, I mean a trident because her husband was a Navy SEAL. So yeah, loved ones, absolutely. I don't think there's a problem with that at all. And then because I'm even trying to think, the kid I went to boot camp with on the buddy program, he was wearing Eagle, Globe, and Anchor stuff. Poolees, he was a Poolee.
Stuff at the exchange that says Proud Marine Mom.
Yeah. So if you're talking stolen valor type, then of course no. But just being a supporter, family member, friend, I gotta say it's I see no problem with it. If I see you and you're an adult and you're wearing an Eagle, Globe, and Anchor, I'm gonna assume you're a Marine. We're gonna talk like era.
I might be like, oh no, my husband.
Yeah. And good people will say just that. Oh, I'm not a Marine. That's my daughter, my husband, my brother, right? My brother wears Marine Corps emblem stuff because he wants to be like me, but all for it. Yeah. Good question though. Interesting. No, what do you say?
Your wife rates it for dealing with your bunker. I was gonna say BS, but
Yeah. Lay Cookie nailed it. The producer rates an Eagle, Globe, and Anchor. She earned that baby for years and years and years. Putting up with my motivation. John McJunkin, Young Marine, Gerardo. I say that right? Join Young Marines. I love it, but I'll be honest. It's more than I thought. We do range days, PT runs, drills, and study in our book and volunteer. That sounds like something McJunkin would complain about. Gerardo, you better get after it and be proud and honored that you're able to do all these things as a young Marine. You are already way ahead of all your peers who aren't doing any of that. So thank you, sir. May I have another? That's what you should be saying. And good on the McJunkin crew, Gunny Grainer, all those guys. You should be thanking them every single day for going out of their way to help you create those times and those training evolutions. So suck it up, buttercup. Get after it. That's awesome. I couldn't think of a better way to spend your weekends, spend your days. Young Marines, JROTC, Civil Air Patrol, Devil Pups, all of it. You heard Annie Benetti, right? She was so successful at NSI because of JROTC. Those things just make you that much better. All right. I was fortunate enough to meet Peter Pace, a very fine man. William Lynn, is that the last name? I did too. Not only did we meet him, what? Yes. Where did you meet him? And what was the name? Who did it? Oh, well, yeah, I want to hear more about the story. But congrats. I think he's a fine man as well. And where and how did you meet him? Who's AC? Coast Guard Auxiliary. Oh, it's another one, USMC vet. Yeah. Comm Marines. Comm Marines are the most important. You can talk about Comm Marines, but you can't talk without them. So you're on to something, Guns. You can't. You can't do anything without comm. What do you say?
Somebody keeps asking, when did you get do you still have your equipment anchor from the Crucible? And I said,
Who? Do I still have mine?
so
Jared. Jared asked that?
no, somebody else.
Oh, somebody else asked, do I still have my Eagle Globe and Anchor from the Crucible? People like me and Jared and old Jyrene, John McJunkin, a couple of us seasoned guys, Lay Cookie, 420, all. It was after our time. The Crucible came out when? 90, 98, 96? After I left the drill field, 96. So if you came in prior to 96, 97, there was no Crucible. So how cool is that, though? Everybody who has gone through the Crucible, you better keep that particular Eagle Globe and Anchor. Frame it. Keep it. Don't use it. Don't wear it. Keep it. It's going to be a great keepsake later on. Family heirloom. Hand down to your siblings. I mean, your children that end up joining. Gunny Grainer does all of their PT runs, range times, field exercises. I'm there for moral support. I'm telling you, again, tell that young motivator, he's lucky to have guys like you. So good on you guys for keeping them out of trouble, keeping them off the streets. If we could do anything, that's what the other one I did want to talk about. I wrote it down. I didn't know if I'd get to it or not, but that short I did about some kind of service after graduating high school. Well, I know we touched on it, but I'm still getting comments on it. After high school, graduating seniors should do some kind of service, right? And people were like going high and to the right, no way, and that was the draft, and look at how bad that was. I don't mean in the Army or Marine Corps. In fact, any of the branches of service. Some kind of service that just builds a little more pride in your country. And it can be one of the services, but I don't want the Marine Corps flooded with people that were forced in. None of us want that for any of the branches of service. None of us do. So it's got to be something, and I'm telling you, it was just an idea, and other countries do it, and I don't know, it never check the research and see how it plays out, but what could it hurt to even 1 year? 1 year, some kind of civil service, right? People were saying like parks and recreation, depending on where you're from. Tennessee is an all volunteer state. What if you're required to volunteer for 1 year prior to going to college? If you are going to college, you've already been accepted, you can do it in concurrent with going to college. What? Who? Or you could,
Marcus just commented. The guy that you said the story.
Marcus, SFMF fam. It was nice meeting you at the commissary yesterday. What's up, brother? Thanks for joining us. Did you catch it? I was talking mad trash about y'all. No, I wasn't. I told everybody how much I appreciate you and Hezekiah. Where is he? And the crew that was behind you that didn't say anything to me. They could have gotten a picture too. Next week, or maybe it's sometime soon, we're going to do this live on StreamYard, and I'll be able to show that picture. But appreciate you guys. I'm telling you, you're not Marines. I'm assuming you're associated somehow with the Marine Corps. You're working on base at the commissary. Good on you. And really totally appreciate you guys saying something to me. That was cool. I really enjoyed that. So, era semper fi, my friend. Any public service is good. Mark Hankins. I'm telling you, again, people are like, don't you dare. We're a free country, and they're getting all bent out of shape. Didn't mean anything like the draft. Nothing. Just what I've seen. And having been in JROTC the last 10 years, we need to bring era back. We need to bring toughness back. Our Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth, is saying we need to bring toughness back. So let's get after it. And what a great way to do it. any public service, right? A little motivation for yourself, for your country, and giving back, right? A lot of selfish people nowadays, even adults, when you see selfish adults, it's pretty frightening. So I don't know what made me think of that recently. Again, I think I was watching something on the news, how we need to bring some URAH back. And that was it. Boys today. And you look at Marcus and Hezekiah working, right? At that age, I'm assuming you guys are both young, teenagers, working instead of not doing anything. It's summertime. So good on them. That's the kind of service giving back, right? If it's work, if it's volunteer, something to start out your adulthood. Because adulting, try to tell all the kids, that adulting can suck at times, right? High school is the easiest, best thing you'll ever do in your life. And it's the quickest thing, right? College, right after that, the quickest 4 years of your life compared to your entire life. So make the best out of it. Do everything you possibly can. Right there, go to Starship Trooper route. Why not? Service guarantees citizenship and all the other benefits that come along with serving your country. So why wouldn't you? You should tell all the cadets as well. Even if you don't serve active duty, reserve. Serve your country. Be unselfish. Do something for other people. It's dangerous. What if I go to war? Somebody's got to do it. Right? Why should it be less than 1% of the United States that serve their country? Get after it. There, Joe. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Gunny. Semper Fi, brother. Appreciate you. Even, look at Adam East, guns. Even working in a shipyard and stuff like stuff like that. Met a guy the other day that builds tomahawks. That kind of work is so important. It all is. It all is. Starship Troopers, Rico used the World War II USMC Gunny Dale quote. All right. Awesome. Thank you, Joe. Appreciate you. If you won't stand for anything, you'll fall for anything. I'm telling you, it's and it's easy. Of course, I'm biased. Most of us on here have served. Look at Jace the Yeep. Subscribe. Thank you, brother. Jace. And it's especially when you're around military towns. I told you the men's group I used to be a part of. I was the only military member in this men's group. And we'd sit around and go to a coffee shop and just talk life into each other. But those guys learned so much about the military that half the time it's like, wow, I never knew. You guys really? That's what base looks like? They don't even know what it looks like on base. And one of them was a contractor. He ended up going on base, and I remember he tell me, well, and you got a grocery store and a gas station. And, well, yeah, we put our life on the line to serve our country. It doesn't seem like a lot for us, and that's what we joined for. That's what we signed up for. And so there are times in retirement, I'm thinking, man, great retirement. And they really do take care of our veterans. Doesn't seem like it when you're going through it. Some of the stuff you go through, some of the deployments and field ops and misery and horrible times. Nothing seems worth it. Missing your family, missing birthdays, graduations, first words, first time, all those things you miss. So could you have some kind of reprieve from all that? Should base be nice, right? Gyms be nice, commissary, exchange. Yeah, it's kind of the least we can do for these veterans that voluntarily put their life on the lines. So good on you. Don't stand for nothing is a double negative. Jared, what are you, English major? Don't do nothing. I didn't do nothing. There's a different way that saying goes, though, isn't it? If I don't stand for something, I'll fall for anything. I don't remember what it is. I was reading, inmates don't follow orders very well. Gunny Ermey was in jail. Judge told him jail or military. That was popular at the time. I had a couple of tickets before I came in where I didn't actually clear up. And luckily, my recruiter and the judge kind of helped me out. Most of them were my brothers. Thank you, brother. A couple were mine. You never know what the Corps can do for you. Yes, high schoolers. Still summer. Man, I barely hit on it. What else you celebrating? Besides the late cookie, celebrating triple digits. What else? What else has this summer brought you? And it's coming to a close, depending on where you are. Again, Arizona still triple digits. Should be cooling off soon, right? All over. We happened to we were planning, meaning me and the girls, we're still planning to PT. So if you haven't gotten your PT today, John McJunkin, you got to still get after it no matter what, 24/7. Last thing I want to touch on, transition. It's been an awesome show. Man, you guys are so great. Looking forward to this. Is that timer right? I just want to hit transition, about sticking to your convictions. Do what's right as a leader. Touched on it a little bit in the beginning, and it's easy. I don't see it being easy to fall to the wayside. It's not in me, and I know a lot of you are like-minded and you feel the same exact way. But you can peer pressure. I'll put it like that. Peer pressure is tough. Come on, man. Everyone's doing it, type of thing, right? And this is coming up now because Annie Banana again is getting ready to go into college on her own, surrounded by, look, she's going to Corps Cadets. She's going to be surrounded by some era motivation, but there's bad people everywhere. So as long as you know you're always doing the right thing, stick to your convictions, and it's from leaving high school, whatever you do after high school, college, service, or going right to work, go to a trade school, whatever you do, stick to your convictions, what got you to where you are. It's when you get influenced by outside. First time going into the fleet, somebody asks, what should I do when I get into the fleet? Stick to what you know is right. Stick to your convictions, what got you to where you are. Don't ruin it by peer pressure, trying to be cool, trying to fit in, you're lonely, you want friends, right? You start drinking because everyone's doing it, right? Is there drugs in the military? Yes, unfortunately, there still is. And when they get caught, not if, when, destroys everything. You get a bad conduct discharge. It just destroys your life in general. Ought to be cool to fit in for a couple minutes or a night, a Friday night. Is that thing in a buzz? And it's, you know what's right. Where's Big O? Big O ever join us tonight? Do the right thing. You'll never go wrong. All right. Back to how we started the show. Turn to God. You do it for God. You're going to do it for the right reasons. Are we going to be able to do everything right and exactly how God wants us? No, we're all sinners and we all sin in our own way. But if you turn to God first, if you wake up asking God, how can I serve you today? You're going to be on the right foot. Stick to your convictions, what got you there. That's with transitioning out. Talk about that Marine colonel. Got to colonel, or even the sergeant major, got to E9, the top of the food chain, off of his convictions, their convictions as United States Marine officer enlisted. Then you retire and forget all that. All that is completely gone. What happened to what got you there? Now you want to switch it up? Now you want to change how you do business? Fail. You're just asking for failure and for everyone else around you to fail. Are you leading, back to my leadership question early on? Are you comfortable with the way you're leading? Do you love going into work every day because of your leadership style? Can you get better? Sure. But are you trying to get better? Stick to your convictions. That's what you've known. In boot camp, did boot camp get easier? Nope. You got better. You got stronger. You got faster. All those things. You got smarter, right? You got better at drill. Boot camp didn't change. In fact, they turn it up as the weeks go by. You don't notice it because you're getting better because you stuck to your convictions. From day one, you gave it your all. Never quit or give up. That's what the senior drill instructor tells you. Never quit or give up. We cannot train you and help you become a United States Marine unless you're willing to give your very best. And that's what you swear to do. Give your very best. Why does that have to stop? Why should it ever stop? Everything's a competition. It's a joke with the cadets. When I go shopping at Costco, I'm knocking that old lady out of my way of my basket because everything's a competition. Not really. But that's my mindset, right? I'm going to be the first one. I'm going to be the first one in everything I do. Am I? No. Driving? No, I don't want to get a speeding ticket. I don't want to bump people off the road. That's kind of my mindset. I'm going to be first. And if that's your mindset on everything you do, that's okay. I don't want to be first. What's the minimum? 3 pull-ups? All I got to do is 3 pull-ups? Okay, 3 pull-ups and get off. Wrong mindset. Is it a big deal for your PFT? Yes. Is it a big deal in combat? I got to stay up. I'm on watch. Right, I got 15 more minutes. I'll just sleep these last 15 minutes. Stick to your convictions. You know what's right. You never go wrong. Transition out. That's why we're here. If you ain't first, you're last. Ricky Bobby. That's right. Where's Doc? If you ain't first, you're last. Lay Cookie. If you're around bad leadership, just do your best and they will be gone at some point. You can get ready for another set of bad leaders. Be your best regardless. I'm telling you, that's Lay Cookie nailed it early on in his career, surrounded by bad leadership. And it doesn't go away. So I tell Annie Benani, when she talks about, man, this kid in NSI, they didn't do anything and she didn't do anything, she complained, get used to it because there's a lot of that going around and it's never going to stop. It's not that we don't need to worry about them, try to help them, but you need to, that's you one time in your life you can be selfish. I'm not going to let those people affect me. Yeah, it's unfair. It's injustice. Those people continue to get promoted to sergeant major somehow. Still don't know to this day. A couple sergeants major that I know. How did you get promoted? As lazy as you are and as selfish as you are. It happens. I can't dwell on that. I got to do my very best, right? Full bird colonel. Seen him get promoted to it. Does nothing now. What can I do about him? Nothing. But I can continue to train people around me, motivate people around me, and try and make us all better. If you're not always trying to get 1% better every day, you might as well stop. Whew. All right. We good? One last drink. Protein. What is it? Every time you get promoted, there's less and less people who can tell you what to do. Yeah, facts. And the other side of it, there's more and more people that you get to affect. That's why it kills me with these senior leaders, enlisted and officer. Now you influence more people. But a lot of times they do less, right? Promotion comes more work. Your work just doubled, tripled now that you're E906 generals. Your work just increased, not decreased. Now is not time for you to sit back and rest. I made it here. I got the shirt, got the parking spot. I'm done working. Saw that way too many times recently. Horrible, poor leadership. And weak leadership. I tell you all the time, poor leadership, bad leadership, you can train if they're willing to listen. Weak leaders, I don't want to say they're untrainable, but if that's character, right? No matter what grade, what rank, what service, what branch you're in, if you're a weak leader, you need to get out of the military. That sounds pretty harsh, but I've seen way too many, again, very, very recently, weak leaders, and it affects everybody. It's poor injustice. All right.
Wait, Randall, I want you to say zero like a drill instructor.
Z. So the countdowns are the best. That's what I asked Annie Banana about the countdowns. And mine always were, you got 30 seconds to get outside. 10, 12, 2, 0. They didn't do the freeze recruit freeze in NSI, but you know you're doing it in boot camp. Eyeballs, click, ears open. Got it. All right. Pleasure. Always. Sunday. Happy Sunday. God bless you all. We'll see you Wednesday. Stay motivated. Have a good start of your week. Keep getting after it. Semper Fi, my friends. URAH.